What's up guys, I'm Sean here, and today we are talking about Araby, a short story written by James Joyce. But first, for those of you wondering why the hell I'm even making a video on this random short story, well, it's an AP Lit assignment, and I'm just so sick and tired of writing all this literary journals, and I was thinking I might as well just make a video and help you people out there, just like me, who's lacking motivation to read all these crap, but you're forced to by your English teacher or whoever it may be. So, stick with the video till the end, and I'll be going over the plot as well as some analysis. Let's jump right in. Here's how the plot goes. It's basically about this boy's experience. This boy, who's our protagonist here, is also the narrator, by the way, which makes the story a first-person narrative. And this kid lived with his uncle and aunt in early 20th century Dublin. By the way, it's not Dublin, Ohio, it's Dublin, Ireland. Anyway, this guy loves hanging out with his friends outside, even during winter, and he stays out there till it's pitch dark. And enter Mangan's sister. So Mangan is one of the boy's friends, and his sister basically comes out in the dark to get Mangan back in the house. And that is when the boy starts developing a serious crush on Mangan's sister, based on her appearance. He starts by just spying on her, then on his way to school, he speeds up right in front of her just to catch her attention. Later on, he takes it to an extreme level where he basically thinks about her every moment of his life, even at the market, which is described as an extremely filthy place that you can't even think of anything romantic. He still thinks about her. He takes it to an extent where it's almost a religion. He basically is worshiping Mangan's sister. And guys, let's be honest, we all experience this. Whenever we develop a crush on a girl, it's not always easy to start a conversation, right? Especially if you don't know her personally. And this is exactly what is going on with the boy right here. And he just never can even attempt to talk to her. So he waits. He waits until Mangan's sister actually comes up to him, and he's just completely caught off guard. And what she asks him is that, are you going to Araby Bazaar? So Mangan's sister is asking the boy if he is going to Araby Bazaar. So quick side note on what Araby Bazaar basically is. It's sort of like a marketplace. It has a very exotic feel, and the second the boy hears about this, he doesn't even know what it is. He assumes that it's a marketplace, and he instantly uses this as an opportunity. He thinks that he's going to use this as a leg up to impress Mangan's sister. He basically just tells her that he will be going to Araby, and he will also bring her a gift. Now you see, the reason why Mangan's sister asks him is basically because she can't go to Araby. She has to go to retreat from her convent. And I hope you guys realize that the fact that she belongs to a convent basically suggests that she's not allowed to date, she's not allowed to get married, because she's already committed to God. So basically this boy right here is going after a girl that is virtually unattainable. But he's only like 12. He doesn't know anything. So what happens to the boy after this conversation? He is basically now obsessed with Araby itself. Probably because that was mentioned by Mangan's sister that he fancies so much. But at this point, there are two things that he is basically worshipping: the Araby and Mangan's sister. So, at school he can't focus. He is constantly thinking about Araby Bazaar, and how he can go there. He is so determined to persuade his aunt and uncle, who are skeptical, by the way, because they believe Araby has something to do with Freemasonry. So, the boy is just depressed. He can't focus at school, of course. And on the day Araby is being held, he gets home, finally succeeds to persuade his uncle. But it's already too late. Once he gets there, it's 10 minutes before closure. And most of the shops are already closed. and he finds one that is still open, and he rushes in to buy the gift for Mangan's sister that he has promised. But he can't. He doesn't end up buying anything. Why? He gets distracted by this shopkeeper woman who is flirting with two men. What kind of dumbass he is, right? While he is so distracted by the flirting, the market ends. The Araby is over now. Now he has no option. He can't buy anything. Now he develops a mental destruction because now he realizes that the Araby that he fantasized so much was literally just nothing but a plain old market that closes when time comes. And alongside that, he also realizes that his crush on Mangan's sister was nothing really anything close to love, and now he has realized that how foolish he was, and this kid bursts into tears, and that's how the story ends. So these are two themes that I came up with. First, it's obvious, it's crush. The theme of crush is being well developed throughout the story. So first off, obviously the narrator, the boy, is dealing with a serious crush on Mangan's sister, and he can't focus on anything besides her. And because of that, he also gets obsessed with Araby, which further ruins his life. And one thing more is that he even forgets about Mangan's sister because he is distracted by another crush scene that he witnesses at the shop, where the shopkeeper woman flirts with two men. So he doesn't even end up buying stuff that he was planning on for probably around weeks at this point. What the author is really trying to prove throughout this is that crush does not equal love, and sometimes that could lead to serious misjudgment in our lives. The other one is the theme of coming of age. So, coming of age is basically another fancy word for maturing, internal development, something like that. Something that you go through, some serious crisis or predicament so that experience gets someone more mature by the end of the story. And it's exactly what's going on to the boy, right? He goes through all the shitty experiences, and at last he realizes how foolish he was, which means we could technically say he matured a bit, which makes this story a coming of age story. One really important symbol that I want to point out before we wrap up here is the symbol of blindness. So this kid lives on a blind street. So first off, the name kind of foreshadows the name of the street that he lives on, pretty much foreshadows his experience getting blinded. Not literally, but blinded by this young woman that he has a crush on. I don't know if you guys caught this, but there is literally no name whatsoever besides Mangan that is explained throughout the story. We don't know anything about these characters. Even the protagonist boy himself, we do not know his real name, which also means we cannot get to the character's identity deep enough, which basically is blinding the readers from knowing all that. I hope you guys got the most out of this video, and if you like the video, please smash that like button and leave a comment down below what you think about the analysis that I came up with. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.